Okay, welcome back. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, we've been away. Yep, things happened. Life has happened.
Happens.
But we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back a little differently. Welcome to Broke, Gifted, and Black. How about that? I am Nana.
I'm Nikki.
Really quick, I am going through a really major health crisis, and it's affecting me physically and mentally. So, to help me through this and to figure out like this change in my life, which might result in a kidney transplant. We're gonna do the podcast every other week for right now because we need time. And Nikki is a hot commodity in the acting world.
I mean, I wouldn't go straight to hot commodity, but I mean, you know.
Okay, she's lukewarm.
Yeah, I'm lukewarm, warming up to heated.
Okay.
Boiling.
So she's about to be like hot. And like, what a difference. Like, from the year that we started this, like in January when we talked about this last year, things have changed. Okay.
The world
has changed, but also just like overall our positions. Okay. Let's start off with BGB news.
Okay.
And speaking of hot, people who are hot commodities, Issa Rae.
Man.
Shout out.
She said, I'm done with Insecure.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. She was like, this is beneath me now. I'm about to be doing some big shit. So she has signed, now I've gotten reports that it's 8-figure or a 9-figure deal.
This whichever figure is a good figure.
Sure.
I mean, 8 is nice. 9? Oh.
9 is like $100 million.
Yeah.
So according to this, Rae has re-upped her commitment, inking an overall deal with Warner Media that's valued at $40 million. So that's a $8 million.
Mm-hmm.
8 million, 8-figure deal over 5 years, and expands her reach across the company's properties. The partnership gives HBO Max, and Warner Brothers Television exclusive rights to Rae's work in television, plus a first look film deal that spans Warner Media brands, including Warner Bros. Pictures Group's New Line and HBO Max. So shout out to Issa, who started out with Awkward Black Girl. I remember watching that on YouTube and being so into it and being like, oh my God, this workplace is my workplace. And now she's signing a $40 million deal. So shout out to Issa.
Shout out Issa. That's congratulations. That's the real deal. I mean,
yeah.
She grinds, and she put her grind in, she put her time in, and well deserved. So, yeah, if you need talent, we're here.
I am here. I'm available. I write, I act, I can hold a mic. That was me. For the people not on video, I pointed to the mic that I hold because my mic stand is, I don't know. I don't feel like using that. Anyway, I don't feel like it. Okay, moving on. Nikki, have you been watching Verzuz?
No, they're still doing that?
Girl, there is a big one. I don't know if it's happened or it's coming up. It's the Isley Brothers.
Oh, and Earth, Wind & Fire?
Yes.
I am so old in my mind and my body and everything. Like, I am so looking forward to that. I did hear about that one. I am the biggest Earth, Wind & Fire fan in the history.
Really?
Yes. I went to their concert probably 6 years ago. Thanks, Hubs. Yeah. the hubs just stuck his head in, and yeah, he heard me talk about it. So we went to Earth, Wind, and Fire like 6 years ago, and it was, yeah.
It was everything.
Oh my gosh, yes. In a land called fantasy, you and I here.
I'm the biggest Earth, Wind, and Fire fan, but I don't know the words to this song.
Do you remember?
November.
September.
Oh, I thought it was November.
It's September.
It's
Not
September.
November.
It's September. And you know who tried to murder that song?
Who?
Taylor Swift, when she did a remake of it.
Oh, did she? She did it?
She did. And people told her to...
She appropriated September?
It was the most gentrified version I have ever heard in my life.
I'm going to have to look that up.
And people told her to sit down. So we have that Verzuz coming up. But there's so many others. Like, this has become a thing.
Did this pop up because of the pandemic? Do you think that was like something that was like, okay, everybody's at home, they don't, nothing to do, so let's figure this out? And I mean, it's genius. I did see that there's Chris Brown and Usher.
Possibly Chris Brown and Usher. Tim Bland was on the Breakfast Club talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, I was really pushing Usher and Beyonce. I know maybe Beyonce will not do it, but Chris Brown and Usher they didn't come out at the same time.
What about Usher and Neo?
Possibly, but Neo still didn't come out when Usher did. Usher came out in the 90s.
Well, I guess Usher was little.
Usher was like 12 or something when he like started singing. So it was like sometime in the 90s. So Neo was in the 2000s, because I remember in the 2000s loving Neo.
But he has hits. I mean,
he does.
Like, that whole Champagne Life album.
I love it.
God, that album is just...
I love it.
I could listen to that album from start to finish. And there's not very many that I can do that with, but that is one of them.
I love Neo stuff. I listen to So Sick, Sexy Love. Mm-hmm. That was like my whole like 2000s, early 20s, like just, going through it. But I mean, it's an interesting matchup. They both have huge hits. Mm-hmm. I think I would go for Usher.
Over Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Now, what would happen if they danced? What if
okay, Chris Brown for sure.
Okay.
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And he's younger. He's like 10 years younger. Yes, he is. Usher is like 40 or 41.
Well, Chris Brown has lived a hard, long life.
I mean, crack will do that to you.
I mean, he looks
rough.
And the most recent one that I just recently saw that's actually, I think, already scheduled for May is SWV. No. The other ones, the other Black girl groups, Escape and
SWV.
Is it SWV? No, it's not. It's Escape is Tiny in them, and then maybe it is SWV.
I think it is.
But that won't work, though.
Why? They came out both in the 90s.
They did, but I mean, like, to me, like, SWV, they had, like, Weak. They had one song.
SWV has Rain Down.
Okay, it is SWV. It is SWV and Escape.
Love just fall like raindrops.
Okay.
Rain on me.
So they have two songs. Okay, great.
No, they have more than two. They get they also have that one where they did the SWV.
Okay, yeah.
With the remake of the Michael Jackson song. What else they got? They got
I don't know, but I'm very interested in that one.
Yes.
And I went to the Verzuz page on Facebook, and gosh, I did not realize how colorful Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire are. Like, can you see this?
Oh, wow. That says, I am not afraid to dress in pure color. Black what? Black what? Dang.
Like, I need all the sparkles in every color.
Rainbow.
Wow. Yeah.
That's very 70s though.
Yeah. So I'm very I'm excited about these Versailles.
Yes. Plural of versus is Versailles.
Yeah.
And then there was one more that was mentioned that I wasn't that excited about. Okay, this one was weird. It was I saw Keisha. No, not Keisha.
Nobody want to see that. No,
Trina. I think it was Trina.
I don't see her either. Trina and who?
Hold on. Let me see. Let me make sure. Okay, hold up. There was another one that was Lil. Was it Lil Kim?
Yeah. Trina says she would do a versus against Lil Kim.
Yes, Lil Kim and Trina. I'm confused by that. Maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know. Yeah. It would be a good like house party, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it would definitely take us back. That's for sure.
Yes. Which I think is the whole point of the verses.
Yeah.
So to be nostalgic and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to last as long because, as you were saying, they did come about from the pandemic. There were no more concerts. We weren't listening to live music. So it was a way to listen to live music. Mm-hmm. And for artists to still feel like they're doing something, especially during a time when everybody was at home. So people aren't at home as much. Wrapping up BGB, I just want to say, if you haven't, and it is 4 hours, the Justice League on HBO Max is actually quite good.
4 hours?
It is a 4 hours movie, but
it's like who sits? Like that's half a work day. That's like half a work day.
But at the time
to get food, or do you like have to prepare a meal before you start the movie?
You prepare. No, I'm kidding. I mean, but the thing is, what's funny is that I saw this meme that's like a 2 hour movie. Oh God, absolutely not. Binging a whole series. Okay, sure. So it's like, it's funny that we can binge like people can binge a series. Like I know people who are like, I watched Bridgerton in one night, which is more than 4 hours. Like, I don't know how many episodes Bridgerton is.
You could still pause Bridgerton, or you can you could stop at the episode. You don't have to click next episode right away. You can just pause and go get like a snack or some water or pee. Whereas with you can pause Justice League. You can pause a movie, obviously, but it's not like something that you can like. You don't know, like, okay, this is a good place for me to pause. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I think right now for me, the comfort that we didn't have when we were kids of like, I have to go do this. It's okay, I can pause this, or it can play and I can rewind it. Like, it's not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I can literally start from the beginning. Like, it's not like those times when we would watch a movie on TV and it'd be like, it's back. And then you're like jumping over the couch and running from the kitchen and, timing yourself or anything like that. Like we don't need to do that anymore.
Right.
So I'm just shouting out that movie because I'm not a huge DC person, but it was actually quite good. And there is a character. Oh crap, it's a black guy. I forgot. He's like cyborg. Mm-hmm. And in the movie that came out a couple years ago, a lot of his stuff was cut. And in this one, he's more prevalent and his story makes more sense. And Papa Pope is in.
Papa Pope got a job?
Papa Pope is in it too.
Nice.
So, there was this whole thing about that actor having problems with the first director and calling him out on racism. So, this Zack Snyder edition is 4 hours, but it gives more justice to his character.
Okay.
So,
well, that's super interesting. I do want to talk about before we bring our guest on. Mm-hmm. We haven't been on since Coming to America 2
Yes.
came out. What do you think of it?
I thought it was nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the throwbacks. I enjoyed it. I didn't think it would be like the first one at all. I was kind of happy that the son didn't resist going to Zamunda. Spoiler alert. That he was like, okay. And it was just, it wasn't like this big fight of like, no, I'm not going to Zamunda. It was like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll go. Now the only thing that I heard people talk about, which I kind of look like, that's odd, was the date rape between Leslie Jones's character and Eddie Murphy. Because technically,
who got date raped? Eddie,
because he was drugged and he does not remember having sex. So I know a lot of people were like, "What the fuck?"
Wow, I didn't even like.
Right.
I didn't even think about that. That's funny. It is like there was no consent whatsoever.
None. You don't even remember making, and because he's a man, obviously he doesn't need to remember the baby. Well, he doesn't remember the baby because he doesn't carry it. But it's just like, so a lot of people are like, that was weird. But it was nostalgic, and I enjoyed that. Like the wife, I forgot her name.
Sherry Headley.
Yeah, but what's her name? Character name?
Oh, Lisa McDowell.
Lisa, and Leslie's character like got along. It wasn't like infighting. Yeah. So
there was no baby mama drama.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, and like Eddie didn't have to do a DNA test. I was like, so you just gonna he's gonna be Prince. Like, you're not even gonna be like, let me send this over to 23andMe and see if we got
But because he's Zamundan and that old witch doctor said you have a son, that was the DNA test.
Because Arsenio Hall in his yes.
You know
what I thought was really cool about some of that was that excuse me, the CGI that they did of their faces whenever they went back to the club. So like the attention of, the club scene or whatever, because they had to, obviously show Eddie meeting or Arsenio meeting Leslie. And so they put, his face on his young face, I guess, on somebody else's body. So I thought it was kind of cool how they did all of that.
I enjoy, and I was, okay, the only thing that I did question is how are those old guys in the barbershop still alive?
30 years later. They gotta be good and dead.
They were old in 1989 or whenever the movie came out. Like, how are you still
like they're 185 years old? Like
I was like, how old are these men?
I didn't think about that either. That is hilarious. That's funny.
I love seeing them, of course. Because I think
the daughters. I thought the daughters were good and well cast. I think Eddie's daughter did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, like you said, I thought it was nostalgic. I loved seeing Vanessa Bell Calloway back, still barking.
Mm-hmm. That was odd, though. She didn't say anything. She didn't do much, but
she was that's all she did, because that's what she did in the first one.
Sure.
Barking. And Salt and Pepper coming in and In Vogue without Dawn.
Yes.
Which is not In Vogue.
Which is Vogue.
Which is out Vogue.
Yeah. So clever. But that whole sequence was like another celebrity and another celebrity. Yeah. It was just nostalgic, and Eddie gave a lot of Black people a job. So shout out to Eddie. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people were complaining about it, but those two things were just questionable to me. But
Well, I mean, I think people thought it was just going to be like the first one, and there's just not that you just can't make
I
you can't
don't.
make anything as good. Which I also want to say,
Oh God.
I feel vindicated. If you guys remember, a while back we were talking about sequels that were better than the first and how many there were. So I did a Facebook poll because Nana wanted me to about Sister Act 1 versus 2. And she was adamant that Sister Act 1 would win. It did not. The vote
Boo.
went to Sister Act 2, thank you, which was a better sequel than the first. And speaking of which, they're coming out with a Sister Act 3, which I'm just like not.
Okay, that's probably not going to be that good.
Which, yeah, Tyler Perry is producing it. I think so. But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see.
Wigs. That's all I'm gonna say. Wigs, Tyler Perry, wigs. If you heard that noise, that was like a whoosh, that is our guest appearing on Squadcast. Hi, Jamila. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, Jamila, did you see my email that came across that asked you to join StreamYard too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why. Am I in the right place?
You're in Squadcast. I know. There you go. I see you. I got you.
I have both of them. Do I need both or just
Yes.
one?
No,
Okay.
both.
Okay.
We do audio and video, but we do it differently here at Broke, Gifted, and Black. We do it
Right now,
the way we know how to.
Right now, it's I don't want to say the word, but it's rigged.
Okay.
We're rigging it up, for financial purposes because we're still broke. So
Make it work.
The easiest way to do that is easiest way is to just use free and the other one's free or less money. So anyway.
Yes. So moving out of BGB News, we want to welcome our first guest of the year.
Yeah.
First guest of 2021. Welcome, Jamila Webb.
Thank you. I thought I had enough time to put on my lip gloss, so I'm just gonna put it on right now.
I'll picture you putting your lip gloss on.
You go ahead, okay? You put that Fenty on there.
Yes, yeah. You all, I can't say how excited I am to be on this podcast. You all got me through. I mean, we're still in this panorama, but on my walks, I would listen to Bro Gifted.
Oh,
okay. On my bike rides, I would listen to BGB. So I am excited to actually be here in my apartment where I've been for the past year and some months. But I'm excited to actually talk to you all. Because y'all got me through some walks, some bike rides. Just laughing.
Thank you. That means so much because honestly, we first started and we're like, what are we doing? But and we're like, we just talk. So we just gonna talk and hopefully somebody finds it interesting. So that means so much. And Jamila actually is amazing. Y'all really need to know her. And I've actually gotten people on with what she's doing, which we're gonna talk about. But let's get into this bio real quick. Okay, Jamila Webb earned her BA in Urban Studies, followed by her MFA in acting at the American Conservatory Theater. She's worked in theater, television, and film. Her most noted recurring roles were in The Comedians on FX, Showtime's I'm Dying Up Here, CW's Jane the Virgin. Other credits include Superstore, Marlon, The Office.
Okay.
Nikki, have you still not seen the episode?
Huh? The Office.
Yeah, have you still not seen the episode?
No, I haven't.
It's okay.
Wait, which episode are you on? I'm gonna go see that one.
No.
Yeah, we gonna address that. The Office, Extant, Dean, Masters of Sex, Arrested Development, excellent show, AP Bio, and many others. You could say she has a knack for playing quote unquote stubborn women. She prefers to call them independent. Jamila resides in Los Angeles, where she loves to organize game nights with friends, cheer on LeBron, Serena, and the St. Louis Cardinals, because she is from St. Louis, and find new bike paths to explore. She's also the founder of First 15 LA, which we will be talking about soon, but it is an wonderful platform that lets writers and actors come together and be artistic and read the first 15 pages of their scripts and get real critiques from real professionals who get paid to do this. Okay. Welcome, Jamila Webb, to Broke, Gifted, and Black.
Welcome.
Yay!
Thank you.
Who? Okay, so first question. The BA in Urban Studies.
Yes.
Which is it code for studying Black people?
It's not. It's not code. I saw
Okay.
your question. No, it's just how cities are made and built and developed and how to make them more efficient.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very sexy, right? I see you all. Just tell me more.
I think we need that. Shoot, because there's a lot of redlining and all that kind of stuff going on in the world.
Yes,
so people studying the urbans.
Yes.
So how do you go from basically like city planning, right, to acting, to this MFA and the American Conservatory Theater?
I made a deal with my parents. Okay. They were like, my mom was like, okay, so I heard you were at rehearsal. I called you and your roommate told me you were at rehearsal. What is this all about? And I was like, oh, I really love theater. I really love acting. She's like, okay, great. So you can minor in that. And so that's what happened. She said I can minor in drama, but I needed to major in something more practical. And in urban studies is really just like this interdisciplinary field. So it's like a hodgepodge. You take classes in history and econ and some engineering classes. And so I was like, oh, it just kind of came together that worked out as a major.
Got it.
Yeah.
So did you get the acting bug in college or did you have this before?
I had this really from a young age. I would go to the St. Louis Black Repertory Theater in St. Louis, and we would see plays there. And then middle school, 6th grade, my mama bought like a yearly subscription. So we would go every month.
Got it.
And that's when I really fell in love with theater and acting, but I couldn't tell nobody. And then in high school, I was very, very sports athletic. So I played softball and basketball. So you can't do both. You can't be in the musical and be on the team. I had to choose. I chose the team. And it wasn't until college that I actually was able to perform because I wasn't good enough to be. I went to Stanford. I wasn't good enough to be on their sports teams. That's, I was the manager, though. I was the manager for the softball team.
But hello, Stanford.
You were there, though. You were there.
You were there. And you were a part of the team regardless.
I was
a manager.
I was a lot of those players, their first Black friend.
Oh, wow.
No, I wasn't their friend.
Okay. I was like, were you the Black friend that they claimed?
No, I wasn't their friend.
Jamila, that could be a second job for you.
No.
Do you need a Black friend to not feel as racist?
Rent a Black friend.
I love it.
Okay. So, but I mean, you obviously parlayed that love, and I mean, I wouldn't consider that starting later because college, you're still very young, and you have the love for it anyway. But you parlayed that to some great on camera work. So first, even though Nikki has no idea what we're talking about, what episode of The Office were you on?
I was in the last season 10.
Okay.
And I'll know everything that happened, right?
There's when Dwight and who did Craig Robinson play again? Daryl,
yeah.
Yes. Dwight and Daryl, they went somewhere and I work in this fast food restaurant, and these kids are driving past and they do this whole fire in the hole and they throw the milkshake through the drive-through. Yes, I'm in that episode.
Okay. I'm going back and I'm watching because when The Office was on Netflix, I rewatched that because it was also a way to escape what was going on. You know what I mean? I didn't see mass. They weren't talking about a pandemic, a Peter Pan, a pan pizza, whatever you want to call it. They weren't talking about that. So it was just like a way to escape. So I felt like I had studied The Office, you know. I minored in The Office. So I was just like, wait a minute. When I saw that, I was just like, okay, hold on. Okay, so which gig so far has been more rewarding than you thought it would be?
You know, I pondered on this one. I will have to say Nurse Jackie. And it was more so that I went in for a totally different role and was so confident, y'all. I did the whole call my agent. I was like, look, I killed that. You're going to get a call soon. I got it in the bag. Then the next day I called. I was like, hey, did you get a call? Did they call you yet? No? Okay. Didn't get it. But months later, they brought me in for this paramedic role. And so I was brought back for multiple seasons, and I got to see Anna Devere Smith work and Edie Falco work. So if I had got that first part, it would have just been a one and done. Mm-hmm. But being able to come back for multiple seasons and actually see how these actors work, and Anna Devere Smith has some ties to my grad school. She went there, so I was able to talk to her. So it was something that it was unexpected. I thought I was going to get one thing, but then I was able to actually see these theater actors, these trained actors, these people who really take their craft very seriously work. And I just got it it was just like watching, got a first peek. So that was very, I would say, gratifying.
Yeah, I think that's a lesson to a lot of actors too, is that, you know, you might go in and give the best audition ever, and, you know, maybe you just don't fit whatever picture they have of that character, or you don't fit into the story at that exact moment, but you won the room, you know, you took the room. And
exactly.
So that's what it all boils down to. It's just, in my opinion, booking the room. Just do your best work. They're going to call you back for something. You're going to get on something, and yours obviously paid off in dividends since you were able to get a recur out of that. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I say walk into the room and just say, how many fans can I get on my team today?
That's it. Right.
And walk out.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Do your job, which is auditioning, which people need to understand. Your job is not necessarily to be on a set as an actor. Your job is to audition.
Yes.
And then once booking the job is just an added bonus and getting paid. Mm-hmm. That's what we all want to do. So
yes.
Just don't miss any auditions, book me. Okay, good. Thanks. So living in LA or New York is very expensive.
Yes.
Were you able to stay afloat with acting, or did you have, to take some odd jobs, or like what jobs stick out to you the most if you had to have
I had many jobs.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Catering, babysitting. Babysitting's why I don't have children now. They're blessings. I love them. I love children. I do. I'm like the best auntie. But I was like, hold on. You need to eat 3 times a day, and I need to figure out what you got to eat. And you have a mind where you're not going to want to eat the same thing. Maybe you're not going to want the leftovers. I can't. I want to take naps, y'all. I want to take naps in the middle of the day. I want to have a cocktail in the middle of the day. Cannot really do that
with a child.
Yeah. With a child. So
you can't.
You can, but it's ill-advised.
Yeah.
Okay.
CPS will be called.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them down for a nap. Take a nap with them. That's what I always do.
They don't take naps.
With the kid.
They hate them. They hate naps.
Yeah. I mean, I had my nieces and nephews this weekend, and it's like, my nephew was just like, hey, Nikki, I want a snack. I was like, you just ate, child. Where are you putting all of this food?
Yeah. And they make you feel so guilty.
They do.
When you're eating and they're not. And I'm like, but I just fed you. Like you just ate. Like, why are you looking at my food? Like I love them. They're beautiful. They're beautiful blessings. Shout out to yeah. Yep. I love giving them back. I love dropping them off. I love pressing that end on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Go back to my life.
Yeah. So catering and babysitting.
And I worked at a gym. I worked at a gym to save on that gym membership because if anyone's lived in New York, the crunch in New York is different than the crunch in San Francisco.
Yes.
And it's more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I worked at a gym and that saved money for that, gym memberships.
Yeah.
The crunch in New York though is like a club.
Yes, it is.
It's a club. Like they have all kinds of I think one time they
DJs,
giveaway, whole dancing. They have all kinds. It's a club. Yeah. Like it's about 2 classes short from like lap dances.
I need to go to Club Crunch. What?
It's a club. And I thought the crunch in Dallas would be the same, but it's not. So babysitting probably sticks out most.
Well, yes, that was the most consistent. And I worked with this one family every Friday night. They had date night. Oh. Now it messed up my social life, but I knew every Friday night I had that check coming, right? Yeah. And the child he was asleep, so I would just go over there and watch Dexter. That's how I started watching Dexter.
No, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No, most of my side jobs were pretty good, except for when I first was moving out to LA. I was testing it out. I was so broke, y'all. I was so broke. And I answered this ad to go to some reality taping in Pasadena. It was for some dating show. And I just needed, I didn't have enough gas money really to get there. That's how broke I was. But I was like, let me just go. And it was a dating show, a speed dating show. And I had to act like I was interested in this guy who clearly wasn't interested in me or women. And so I was like, nobody gonna see this. Ain't nobody gonna see this. Okay. And somebody saw it, y'all. Somebody saw it from college, hit me up on Facebook like, hey, I think I just, and I was like, no, that wasn't me. I got a twin. Let me talk to my daddy. But it was hard.
Are you willing to tell us where we might be able to find it or where it aired?
I don't even know where it aired, what station. I would if I knew.
What was the name of it? Do you remember the name?
I don't even know. It was just some speed dating show.
It's funny because I remember a speed dating show a while back that they had on. I can't remember what it was on, but I do remember something like that.
This is 2011, 2012, maybe it came out.
I remember a show like that, but I just don't remember the name of it.
That's an odd show to have, though. How do you do breakaways? What are the commercials like? It's 3 minutes. What are you? Okay, I might look for that. I'm not gonna lie. I might do some searching, but you know what? You do what you got to do when you need money.
And it was so little, it was $40. That's how. I was like, well, I can get gas and I can eat a meal. Exactly.
Yes. I mean, shoot, we're taking day by day.
Exactly.
Until the next day. Yeah, you know what? I feel you on that because when you need money, I will never forget when I tried to apply to be a sex phone worker, and I was like, it was awful. It was awful.
I didn't know this story.
You don't know this? You know why? This is the opening of one of my scripts, Artists Anonymous, but it's based on a true story. And I was bad. I was really, really bad.
If you laughed like that, yeah, absolutely.
because the lady that was interviewing me, it was a lady. And I was like, she's like, okay, well, give me some sex talk right now. And I was just like, to you?
Hey,
No?
you don't know what calls you were gonna get. So
Yeah, you
might
don't
have
know.
to do-
Okay, but I didn't think about it like that. I was just like, right now? And you don't sound very happy? She was like, yeah. And I was like, I mean, could you at least sound like a guy who's horny or something? Okay. Anyway, you do stuff for money. You know what I mean? You do odd things for money. I didn't get the job though. Anyway.
No.
How did they tell you? Did she tell you right on the spot, or was it?
She told me on the spot.
Okay.
She was like, no.
I don't
we're
think
going to. It was awful because I was like, I'm 5'5" and I have big boobs, and I was just like, I don't know what to say. She was like, no, like do something else.
This is all wrong. This is all wrong.
Like do something else with your life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like don't have phone sex, don't have real sex, don't have oral sex. Like I think you're just bad. She was like, I think you might be bad at it all.
But, so you
moving on.
So you're moving on away from her failed sex operator career. So you are the founder of First 15 LA. Can you tell us how it came about and why you felt it was necessary to create a space specifically for Black artists?
Yes, I used to live in New York, as I mentioned, and living in LA, I just kind of missed that really community gathering, that community feel. And so I knew a lot of reading series going on, you know, but they were all run by writers, which makes sense. I've learned that it's a lot easier when you yourself has a script to share each week. But I was just like, I don't see all these talented actors, all these bomb like writers. Why can't we get together on a regular basis? Like, it don't make any sense. Yeah. So that's really just how it started. I'm just someone who loves, as you mentioned from my bio, I love game nights. I love just like getting together, getting people together. So really stemmed from that, wanting to get all these talented, just dope folks together on a regular basis, and not like, oh my God, it's been like 2 years since I last saw you, 3 years since I last saw you. Like, no, let's meet on a monthly basis. And I have big dreams. So I wanted to start out, and I was looking up theaters to rent out. And I was actually working with a coach, and he was like, Jamila, just have it in a friend's living room. Like, just start small. And I was like, okay. And I did it, and it worked out because it's really just like, just get started, you know?
Yeah.
You'll get caught.
Online. So did you move online with the pandemic and,
yes.
and just on Instagram, or have you done Clubhouse yet?
I haven't done Clubhouse because I have an Android, so don't judge me, but you know, they still, you know.
Listen, I have an Android too. Okay?
I love my Android. I will stay by it till I die.
Thank you.
Okay. I got everything else. Apple, my iPad, my laptop.
Me too.
Nikki.
God bless you both.
Me too.
And there's is it time to wrap this
up?
Oh
Whatever.
My goodness, Nikki.
Whatever.
Wow. The judgment.
Right? They are like, I don't know whether to call them like phone cysts. Are you a phone cyst?
I am a phone snob. Yes.
Like, they're such elitists. And there's this guy on TikTok that's hilarious that talks about iPhone people. Oh. And he was just, I got to send you a video because I send it to everybody. Because he was like, first of all, you need to plug in your adapter to your other adapter to charge your phone so that you can watch the video that I'm about to show you. And he was like, does your screen give you braille because it's broken? Can you see me, bitch? I love him. And then he ends every video with like, my same song makes me happy. I love him. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So we've been on Zoom.
Okay.
Child's play, I guess, from Nikki's viewpoint. But yes.
Because like with Clubhouse, if you had an iPhone, you would be able to reach a broader audience. And right now you're just on Zoom.
Yeah, so we're on Zoom and it's been virtual, but that has opened it up to folks. And, you know, Nana, you've been able to go. You're in Texas. Folks from London have tuned in, from Uganda, from Hawaii, from New York, from Atlanta, from all over have been able to tune in. Now virtually. So it's probably going to stay that way. There will be some like in-person events when things are really, really safe.
Right.
But for the readings, and also we've been able to get just like awesome feedback from writers who don't have to leave. They don't have to get in the LA traffic. They don't have to go to the West Side or Hollywood, or they could just hop on and give advice from the comfort of their home. So,
wow.
And the cast, I mean, I've been lucky to be a part of one, but like the cast are great. And literally I take it as like story time.
Like, how do you cast somebody? How do you get involved? Is that one of the questions? I didn't read ahead. But
thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, sorry. I'm a little bit I didn't study today, so I'm sorry. But yeah, how do you get how do you become part of the cast, or how do you get a script read? Or
everything's on the website, first15la.com. If you want to submit, you can submit there. If you are a director, because we've been having full readings of past First 15 scripts, you can submit as a director. If you're an actor, you can submit there too. Actors, I will say the whole point of First 15 is really to build community. Mm-hmm. So if you submit and then you don't ever attend a reading, this is real talk. I'm not going to cast you. Right. Right. It's just more so about coming, and I realize virtually it may be a little hard, but you can hang out. You can introduce yourself.
Easy.
Well, no, I'm just saying just to see people, right? Because folks have their cameras off. So just hang out afterwards, introduce yourself, just make yourself known. But that's what I'm trying to do. And since it is like a one-woman show, it helps me out. If I see you repeatedly, I'm like, oh yeah, they're a good actor. Or they've been supportive. Let me cast them in this. Mm-hmm. So the website. Yes. Come on, Nikki.
It's really good. It's really good. And it's like story time. You just bust open your laptop. You can lay on your bed and listen to stories being told to you. And it's animated, because people are acting. It's not just a boring read or something like that. Now, speaking of, creators and content, now that everyone, it seems like, is making their own content, and you are working with people who are also because they're new writers, they're seasoned writers that come to First 15 LA. There are all kinds of people that come. What is some advice that you can give to people who are trying to pave their own way, as I call it, Tyler Perry your way into the industry?
I'm going to have to quote, Kimiano Coutinho, who is our resident writing consultant, who comes on and is a fabulous writer and gives advice. But she always tells folks, write what you want to see, because no one else may see it but you. So you need to write and create something that you want to see, because you may be your only audience. Yeah. So, if it makes you, make sure you write something that makes you laugh, because it'll make someone else laugh. Or if it makes you cry, it'll make someone else cry. But just know that do it for yourself, and then you'll find your audience. But if you're trying to do the work for somebody else, it's probably going to ring, inauthentic.
Mm-hmm. That's good advice.
You hear that? Be authentic, people. That's great advice, because I think a lot of writers and creators create from firsthand experience. We were just talking about Issa with Awkward Black Girl. Mm-hmm. That was her life, right?
Yeah.
And now her life has parlayed into a $40 million deal. But it's she wrote something that she wants to see. So.
Right. And if someone now is trying to be like, well, I want to write Issa Rae's story. No. Yeah. Issa got that covered.
Yeah.
Okay. Or just, a lot of times we're like, oh, well, now I know that Lovecraft Country was popular or this, so let me write it. Mm-hmm. Write that. It's like, write what you want to, the story you want to tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. So, speaking of careers, you're a one-woman show with First 15 LA, which is actually a lot of work.
Yeah, if shout out, social media intern needed, apply on the website. I need anyone want to.
It is a lot, because they also do rehearsals before the reading.
Yes,
oh, wow.
Yes. So I did not know that until I was actually a part of a reading. I was like, oh, y'all rehearse? Y'all don't just come up on here and start reading? Okay.
When we were in person, It would be. It was just like you come half an hour early. I would hand you the script. You know, you could ask the writer if you had any questions. But, you know, now with the tech, we're taking advantage of it. Also, just making sure, how is your internet connection?
Right.
Because I've had to recast some things because it was too shaky. And the whole point is we need to hear the words. So if you go like this, I got to recast you.
Yeah. That makes sense. Or if you're just like
broadband, go check your broadband.
Yes.
Broadband.
Or if it's like your line and you're like, that was me freezing. It's like you're frozen. So I see you as a producer because that is a lot of work, what you're doing. Or possibly a director, because you are so good at bringing people together, whether it's game night, First 15 LA, introducing people to other people, and you're very thorough. So is that a career path that you would look into?
I would look into it. It's not what I had in mind, but I feel like, you know, as an actor, I've been able to meet these awesome writers and directors through First 15 and not from putting myself on tape, you know, in the comfort of my apartment. So if I end up finding out, oh, okay, I'm going to produce this not web series, but like a pilot, or I would love that, because I love bringing people together, and I love just like finding out like how can we help each other. Like this information needs to be disseminated. I'm not about gatekeepers and, you know, keep that on the low. You don't hear that from me. It's like, no. Let's get the information out. What do we need to do to get this made, to get this script produced? To who you need to find this actor? Bam, I got you. Let me tap into the people I know. So I would love to produce and direct and also act.
Yes. I mean, I see that for you. Like I'm gonna speak that into your life, Jamila.
Speak it.
Producer, director, actor. Yes.
Phrase dance.
Yes. I like it. Because it's very impressive. I encourage everyone to go to a reading, sign up for a reading of First 15 LA, because it's a great community and you hear great scripts and you can be inspired. It's scary, honestly, because I want to give my script and I'm scared, but it's like to hear to hear all these scripts, it's like putting out a picture of your baby. And what if your baby's ugly? You know what I mean?
But you'll never know if your baby is ugly.
Right, unless someone sees that picture.
That's okay. That went left very quickly. Take back the baby, like metaphor. Take it back.
And one day that baby grows up, right?
Yeah. And they change. They grow out of that phase. Yeah.
It's true. Their bone structure and everything. Okay.
Everything. So don't be afraid of showing
submit,
your baby.
Submit.
Thank you.
I think I might submit mine too.
Yes. We have openings for May.
Okay.
Let's go. Come on. All right, Nana.
I'm gonna submit after this. I'm gonna send the email. I'm gonna do it.
That's what we're gonna do. I mean, I'm not, because I gotta go to the doctor. But
okay.
I'll do it.
Thank you, Nikki.
But after that, I will.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So speaking of all of the submissions that you get, I'm sure you probably get a lot. Are there any writers, actors, or any other artists right now that are up and coming from the First 15 that you've just like honed in on, or anyone we should be on the lookout for?
There's a mix of like up and coming. I would say Christina Martin is a writer who submits and just really funny. She does this great mixture of comedy and drama. Crystal P. Garland does a lot of stories about Black women that, you know, we rarely get to be the center of our own stories. So there are some favorites of mine. And then we've had some writers who folks don't know about, but they've given feedback, or they're right on the precipice, like they're about to break out. Like I mentioned, Kimiano Coutinho. She's actually writing right now in the second season of P-Valley. Britt Matt, hilarious, a comedy writer. Glenda Richardson, great comedy and dramedy writer. Hadia Robinson is a great comedy writer. I love comedy, so if that's you want to, break. That's the food to my soul. It's comedy. Mika Frank. I mentioned a lot of Black women. Lauren Glover, just like really great writers. And then we have a lot of actually actor writers who have been submitting as of yet. And so they're still new, and they're almost there.
Yeah. But their baby's ugly.
Yeah. No. Their baby is not ugly.
I can't stand you, Nikki.
No. You snuck that in, Nikki. I will not.
Wait, no.
I know Jamila was like, yes. No, they're not.
You were just like, no, I did not fully hear what you said. No. We do not have ugly babies. No.
My bad. Y'all's babies ain't ugly.
Side note, have you written anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just wondering, since you're surrounded with like all these.
It's discouraging. I'm like, oh, this is hard. I'm just going to keep bringing people together.
Okay.
I'm not going to try this writing.
Well, at least you know your lane.
Yes. It's not my ministry.
I feel you on that.
You got to know your ministry. And if you want to devote time to developing that ministry.
Yes.
That's part.
Find your gift. And, some people, I know some people who write really well and they want to act too. And they write really well, but they can't act.
Yeah.
Just find your lane.
Yeah.
So yeah, their babies aren't ugly. They're adults. They are uglier than adults. Anyway, so we ask.
Nikki really enjoys calling babies ugly. Okay, go ahead.
I do, and I don't have any yet, so I need to stop because
my
family is due for an ugly baby. So it would be mine because all of my nieces and nephews are so cute. I'd be the one, and I'm not gonna lie to my child and be like, "You're beautiful." When you be smart, baby, be smart. So go to urban studies, baby.
Oh no!
It's like, let's get you rich so that it can make up for your looks. Okay, baby. Okay.
Oh no!
Yes,
oh no! Oh no!
My poor ugly baby.
Oh
no! And we have come to the ugly baby episode.
Ugly baby.
So we ask all of our guests to give their broke advice, their gifted advice, and Black advice.
Oh yes.
So we're gonna start with that. So give me your broke advice.
My broke advice is that never spend more than $1 at the 99-cent store. It's a lie. Yeah.
Why do they have products that are more than $1?
It does not make any sense. It really doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going in here. You say this shit's $1.
Right. Why is this $149? Why is this $299?
Right.
You're a lie.
I love that.
Well, I will also say you're not broke. The system is. Okay. So find ways where we can get rid of the student debt relief, find ways where we can fight for a living wage, UBI. Don't believe that lie. The system is set up to make us think we're broke and then to get on this hustle grind crap.
How about that?
Yes, that work until you die, or you can rest until when you die, or something.
No, I'm not about that. No.
Yeah.
Rest now. Take naps.
Yes.
Without children.
Yes.
Oh Lord, we love children on Broke, Gifted, and Black.
We do, but they don't. You can't drink. You can't day drink and sleep with kids. And so,
Lord.
And we're back. What's your gifted advice?
Gifted is you're not. So you cannot reinvent the wheel if you do not know why the wheel was there in the first place. Okay, so there's a lot of folks who believe they are the special Negro. They are the special one. They have been proclaimed as the gifted one. Look into that. We're special because we were made, right?
Yeah.
But not because you are that special Black person. Not because you were that special, insert different ethnicity. So just really look into why do you need to create this organization? Why do you need to create this program? Why was it invented in the first place?
Okay. That is deep.
Yeah. That was real deep. I was like,
I'm just saying you can't reinvent the wheel. Like if I feel like there's a lot of like programs, organizations, right? And it's like, why are you creating this other org when there are plenty of other organizations maybe you just need to collaborate with? You need to find out also why are these organizations created? But
I get that.
I do, yeah. So it's like, I mean, it did kind of like make me feel dumb for a minute.
No,
because I had to be like, whoa, that's
I know, right?
Profound. Like I was like,
I drowned a little bit. That was so deep.
Like I was like, yeah, it was profound because I was like, wait,
hold
I'm
up.
usually smart.
Hold up. We can't have people on here that deep though. But no, I like that.
It's a collaborative. Like if you why reinvent the wheel when the wheel has already been made, and go be of service else. With that same.
Go service a wheel. Don't make one.
If you said that, you would have got that sex talk job.
You know what? I think today I could probably get that job. But okay, Black advice.
Nope.
Black advice: always use cocoa butter, and time is more important than money.
I like it.
About that, because you can't take money with you and you run out of time.
Yeah, time is more important than money. So ask yourself: Is this labor worth it? Is my labor worth it?
I agree. It's it's a big
in vain. Sorry. I had to sing at some point.
Y'all heard about that Verzuz, right?
Yeah.
SWV? SK?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm glad that you said that because Nikki was like, SWV has one song. And I was like, they have more than one.
I mean, you know what? And I forgot that was their song. Is My Living in Vain.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, the Escape did that.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see? SWV has one song.
No, they don't.
Weak.
No, they have Human Nature. Remember they redid
Yes, that's what it is. SWV.
If you redo a song, it's not yours.
And then they no, they have the other song I was singing. But they have songs.
Yeah, they have songs. I mean, if I were to look up, but you feel like you can count Escape songs more.
Yeah.
Understanding.
I'll Be Sure versus Sing Anybody. He has two songs, Night and Day, and he got two songs.
What's the other one?
I'll Be Sure.
I was like, what's the other day?
Night and Day and
what's the other one? Night and Day. Okay.
No, they have I'm so into you.
Yeah, that's SWV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's one of those things that we don't remember. I mean, we were there, but and then when it's played, you'll be like, "Oh yeah," because because I knew more Brandy's songs than Monica.
Right. Yeah. Like, but I would hang out with Monica.
Yeah. Oh, in a heartbeat.
Yeah. With her white shoe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gunica will protect you as well.
Exactly.
She got a gun.
You want her on your team.
You got her on your own, girl.
Yeah.
Wanna go off on your own, girl. You wanna be off on your own. Now you wanna be on your own, girl.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out I'll Be Sure in your two songs.
Yeah.
Okay, so and your fine son. Okay, so what are you working on, Jamila? His son is fine.
Is he?
How old is he?
28. 28.
Really?
Yes.
He's a 28-year-old son?
Yes. His son, his son with Kim
Porter?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
So Kim Porter had I'll Be Sure and Diddy?
Yeah, that's the older light-skinned boy that Quincy, that's his name. Quincy, that's I'll Be Sure's son.
Right. I've always admired women who can just keep double dipping and getting these good rich men. Shout out.
Okay.
Shout out Pat Smith. Pat Smith had Martin Lawrence and Emmitt Smith. Bitch, how? I mean, she's beautiful, but I'm like, damn.
Can I get one? No.
Just one.
I feel you. I
Okay.
kind of feel the same way
So what
about
are you working on,
Kamara.
Jamila?
So what are you working on? We're sorry. We can get sidetracked very easily.
I'm just working on really finishing up the season for First 15. We're actually celebrating our anniversary this weekend, 2 years.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yeah. This season's gonna go until June. In June, we're gonna highlight and focus on LGBTQ writers and artists. And in May, we have Felicia Pride joining us to give feedback with Kimmy. And then I'm just, doing these self-tapes, working out, staying away from alcohol.
Why?
I gave it up. Except for wine.
For how
And-
long? Forever?
Until Lent is over, until Easter.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
I was really worried.
For a minute.
No, last year I gave up all alcohol but red wine. And then
Okay.
Lent, I gave up red wine. And then when after Easter, I wasn't really missing it. So,
Yeah,
And
I'm
so-
doing no meat, no land animals.
oh, really?
Yeah.
But
I do the fishies.
you do the fishies? Okay.
I have given up nothing. Okay. So how can we support you, Jamila?
Hit up first15la.com. You can donate there. You can attend a reading. You can recommend people. First15la.com, and support. That's also on IG and Twitter. Follow us. If you have a script, if you know someone who has a lot of funding, if you know some white people who feel real guilty right now, holla at me. Holla at me.
White guilt is real.
Yes.
Yeah, we need that. We need to be fully funded reparations.
Fully funded. Yes.
I agree with that. This has been great because I really love what you do. And I think that you're a great person as well, because I really love, you really do enjoy bringing people together. And I think that is a gift in and of itself. So thank you so much for being our first guest of 2021.
First guest for First 15. Hey.
Hey.
Very honored. I'm telling y'all, you all have great chemistry. I'm dying all the time. So I'm just going to mute myself when I listen to this and just listen to you all. So
Thank you. Oh, no. But this is a good interview. And we went off topic, which we tend to do. But thank you so much for joining the podcast. We're going to have all of that information in the show notes where you can follow First 15 LA, support, go to our reading, and then submit, and then maybe act in it, be a part of the community.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Jamila.
And I'm on their site. I'm on site now, so I'm just perusing. Anyway, thank you so much. I enjoyed you. Oh, and I'm just so excited about everything. Yeah.
thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. All right. We are. Did that end the what you call it?
Did it end the what?
Oh, it's rendering. What did it say?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still recording. Listen, y'all, we're doing this brand new, so just sit around and just listen to us fumble. Okay.
I don't want to be on the full screen.
Well, I'm on this. Okay. So we are going to do our bath and our gaff.
Yes.
I really don't have a bath.
I do.
Okay.
I mean, this is it's not. I guess it's industry related, ish. I've been really following this whole Derek Jackson thing.
How did I know you were going to say
Yeah.
that? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because I don't know. I never knew him. I've never heard of him prior to all of this, and I think he is a marketing genius because he already had, and that's why I'm saying people are like, oh, I can't believe he's da. First of all, this dude had this planned out, because if you already have a book published, written, and about to be distributed about something that is just coming out, it's like you orchestrated it. You know what I mean? Like
Possibly.
so you leaked it yourself. But you're broke as fuck for putting your wife on freaking live or asking her to do that in front of all these people, in front of everybody. I think it's shitty. And she did it. She agreed. So she's whatever. But I just think it's like, I think it's just in poor taste. Like, I feel like it's in really, really, really poor taste. Like, if you wanted to sell this book, fine, whatever, do it on your own. But to just like, I feel like she was subjected to a whole bunch of shit she didn't need to be subjected to.
I agree there. I do think after watching some of her videos that she is a very broken woman who's been through a lot. Because
if you look at her IG,
it is. I was very confused on some of the stuff she was posting because she was like, I would study these women, and their secretions and like all kind. I was like, are you okay?
Yeah, and I don't know if that was his women or if that was just women in general. Like,
yeah, I have no idea. I was confused. I'm like, is she fighting homosexual, like, because she's very religious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is she fighting homosexual desires? Mm-hmm. Is she like jealous? Has she had a threesome with her man? Like, how do you see a woman be penetrated? Like, how do you know? Mm-hmm. How have you seen that?
Right.
You know, like firsthand, if you're not like watching porn or something, like how have you seen that? Why are you so focused on that?
Right.
First of all, that's weird. And then it was just like, and then she did another video and it was funny because people were like, it's the helmet of salvation.
Helmet of salvation.
And she was wearing like a beret or something. And she was like, this is the helmet of salvation. And so people, of course, made a meme. But it was just, I feel like she is so churchy that, like, I don't know if you watch Married at First Sight, very off topic for Broke, Gifted, and Black, but whatever. It's a reality show. Have you seen it?
I watched. I actually have it recorded. I haven't watched this season. I watched previous seasons, but I'm hearing about this Chris guy that he's very similar to.
Yes, Chris and Paige, but Paige is very similar to her because this guy has done so much BS and you've only been married for 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. And she's still saying, well, I think that God wants me to, you know, like as a wife, this is what I need to like, I need to be here, you know, even though he's doing crazy things. So it's sort of like that churchy feel that like church and religion is telling you to stay in a bad situation because you're married. Mm-hmm. And regardless of what the other person is doing, you have to stay in this marriage because that's what God wants you to do.
I mean, I think there's a fine line, and this is very much off topic, but I think that there's a fine line in that where sometimes there are situations where you should try to work things through, but if it's abusive, that's different. Like if it's borderline, like abusive, straight up, like full on, I mean, it's disrespectful to step out, period. Mm-hmm. But if you're just being like straight up disrespectful, maybe not. God doesn't necessarily want you to be disrespected, but to me, he's my bath because I just feel like he used her in that situation to promote himself and a book. And
I agree. I agree. And there was someone talking about that, how like she's not the first wife to be paraded out whenever a husband, you know, cheats. And it's always like the wife sitting next to the husband as he's like, yes, I have had multiple partners and stepped out on my wife. But then I was thinking, it's never really been the other way around.
Because they ain't staying.
Sure. I mean, but I'm just like, what is it?
Because a man is not going to stay. If a woman steps out on her husband, you best believe 9 times out of 10, his ass is out.
He's leaving.
Yeah, because his ego is all fragile and shit, and now he's thinking. I mean, and a woman's egos can be, hurt too. But I mean, for whatever reason, a man will be broke down. But I tell you one thing: if women did half the shit that some folks do, these men would be jumping off buildings.
I think so. One last thing, this one woman was saying when men cheat on women, women hurt themselves. When women cheat on men, men hurt women. Just a thought. Speaking of men who have stepped out on amazing women, Beyonce. Beyonce is our gifted AF.
What a segue. Yeah, baby, you just called your bum ass out.
Lemonade was about you, nigga. We all was mad.
Yeah, call Becky with a good hair.
I mean, we were all mad. Beyonce made history, becoming the woman with the most Grammys as she took home her 28th award at the 63rd annual Grammy Award ceremony Sunday night. The record breaker had 9 nominations, the most of any artist in 2021. Black Parade, love that song, took Best R&B Performance win, which took her past the bluegrass artist Alison Krauss's record.
I've never even heard of Alison Krauss.
I don't even know who that is. But
so it wasn't, I would have thought it was either like Mariah or Whitney. That was
Whitney didn't live long enough to make
Whitney. Yeah, do you think Whitney would have? Like,
maybe because
if she wouldn't have gotten to her voice changed when she got in that dope. But I mean,
crack
if she wouldn't have gone that route,
possibly. Yeah. But also the way that music has changed. So I don't know what, kind of like how Mariah really isn't making music that people are listening to. A lot of us listen to All I Want for Christmas Is You during Christmas, and then I love her old stuff. So I wonder if she would have fallen in that trap as well.
Probably.
You know what I mean? So Beyonce, shout out, but side note, she still hasn't won Record of the Year, which I think is odd.
That is odd.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, and I would probably get killed by the Beehive. Did you watch the Grammys?
A little bit. I watched
literally
parts.
So when they were going around with the camera and stuff like that, I was like, that's got to be a Beyonce lookalike. Like, that is not Beyonce. Like, her boobs were smushed down in her dress and her hair was just like
that's panoramic Beyonce.
But I was like, is that Tina?
Now, she didn't look that old.
She turned it into her mama.
Her mama
but she had a mask. Sure. She had a mask on. So at that point, whenever they were doing the panning, they had the mask. So I was like, because at first I thought it was a lookalike, somebody who just looked exactly I was like, oh, and Jay-Z with that horrible hair. Like, what the fuck is that?
But why would there be a Beyonce lookalike at the Grammys?
Because I thought everybody was a lookalike. Like, I thought there was a Taylor Swift lookalike, because I didn't think that they would come out because of the panorama. So I was like, okay, they're just doing like a kind of like how they had with the
like a sketch show of the Grammys.
Well, but you know how what was it? The Golden Globes had like the first responders there. So they didn't have like the actors really there. They had first responders. So I thought maybe they had like stationed lookalikes in the audience, and then they would just like bring the people in via Zoom who were actually winning. That's kind of what I thought initially. I don't know why I thought that. I just Nikki, because I didn't think that looked like Beyonce.
I mean, she has. I think like most of us, the panorama.
Not me.
Well, you only get better with time, Nikki. We can't all be you. Okay, and you're hot now, right? Like, you're booking everything, so
not everything.
I mean, but you booking a lot. You booking a lot. You booking a lot. She's about to be a star, guys. Just know that we knew her when. She not getting off this damn podcast. I'm gonna get us a contract and she gonna get paid. So don't worry about it. But I think that was Peter Pan, Beyonce. You know, we're all living in a pandemonium. So and she got 3 kids. So I think, but her mom is lovely.
Panera, I don't know about Panera, Beyonce though.
I think when the Papadopoulos is over, she's gonna look different.
Yeah.
But it's not bad to look like her mama because her mama.
Yeah, Tina looks good, but you know, pandemonium Beyonce is.
It's not like Lemonade Beyonce or Formation. I get that. I get that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but she's still fine. Shout out, Queen.
Yes, B. We love you.
If I could like just hang out with you on one of your yacht like vacations, I would just call me. I'd come. And that wraps up our episode.
Yeah.
Nikki has a doctor's appointment.
But I mean, we've talked about a lot of stuff that's kind of off topic. So.
Yeah. We'll do behind the curtain in a couple of weeks. I'm sure
we don't have a whole lot because we've got an actual president. Ooh,
Lord. Let me tell you. My bubble guts have been much better now that there's not threat of like slavery coming back.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. Don't love Joe Biden, but he's better than Trump.
He is. And I don't love that the gas prices seem to be ticking up. But
which they do. So
they do.
So it's gonna come back down.
Yeah, it will. Amen. So. But thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Broke, Gifted, and Black. We will see you back here in a couple of weeks. And you know, pray for Anana that she gets all of the help, the love that she needs to combat this disease, and you know, just give good vibes and love and prayer and send them her way, please.
Thank you. And follow us. You know, that'll make me feel better too. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use that. But follow us on Facebook.
Okay, Derek Jackson, you opportunist.
Facebook.
You're a fucking opportunist.
All right, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.